Gather around now, kids, and turn out your pockets. This week's lick's gonna set you back about $1.05. Heads up! Hello children, and welcome to Weekend Wankshop, here with your good pal, Uncle Ben, the most patriotic weekly lick lesson series on the interweb, says the guy playing a Japanese guitar and wearing a Chinese-made t-shirt advertising Asian hot sauce. But it is red, white, and blue. You know, it's the 4th of July weekend, and most of us here in America will celebrate this great nation of ours by grilling some food, guzzling beer, and blowing some shit up. And that's all good. I also enjoy those things. What I'm bringing to the picnic is a little bit different. I'm bringing a big old nasty hunk of a classic guitar lick from my favorite guitar player, Steve Vai.
Steve Vai. Damn it.
Yeah, Steve. Anybody who's hung around me for more than 5 or 10 minutes knows that I'm absolutely obsessed with Steve Vai, and especially his landmark record, Passion and Warfare, which is probably my favorite album of all time. That record seriously changed my life. If you don't have it, go get it. It's unbelievable. And this lick is from the opening track, which is called Liberty, which I think Steve Vai described in an interview as being kind of like the national anthem of Venus or Mars or something like this, but I thought it had a suitably patriotic feel to go along with the 4th of July theme. This lick is brutally, just ball-bustingly hard to play, so you've really got your work cut out for you this week. So if you can get it down, I commend thee. Before we jump in, let's hear that again, at stepdad speed. America! And as always, you can find a full tab for this week's lick on Uncle Ben's Instagram page, Ben Eller Guitars. Go in there, find the tab for this lick, learn it, and upload a video of yourself playing this week's lick so that we can all check it out and scope out your hot progress. Alright, meow, Steve Vai starts this lick off by sliding into fret number 19 on the B string and then hitting that note again. That's your F sharp note. Then what you're going to do is to play the 17 on the B, and then play the 16 on the B. But whenever you play that 16, be careful not to let just your finger tip be on the B string. You want to kind of fret this as a partial bar here across the G string, because the next note is going to be on the G string on the same fret, so you'll want to have to, or you're going to have to kind of roll up like that to get onto the G, like this. See, if you fret with your fingertip, you got to make a move, you got to jump like that, and that creates noise, and it sucks. Okay, so far we slid into the 19th fret B, picked it again, 17th B, 16th B. Now I'm going to play the 16 on the G and slide it down a whole step to 14. After this, what we're going to do is to play the 16 on the D and then the 14 on the D. This ends the kind of 16th note feel part of the lick. 1 E and 2 E, and everything past here is going to be the really fast triplet feel, so it's fixing to change up a little bit. Alright, so next we enter into the really fast part of the lick. So let me give you an idea of two things. The scale pattern we're going to be using, and also the groove that we're going to be using as we play through this lick right here. So the pattern that Steve is using is mostly kind of a 3-note per string idea. It goes like this. I'm going to have the 16 on the A string, 3 notes on the D string here, 13, 14, 16. Same 3 frets on the G string here, 13, 14, 16. On the B string here, you're going to have 14, 16, 17. And on the high E, 14, 16, 17. You could visualize this as being part of a great big 6-string, 3-note per string E major scale, if you wanted to. It's being played over the 5 chord, the B chords. This technically makes this kind of a mixolydian thing for you fancy pants out there, but whatever. So get familiar with this. Get comfy with that, and then we'll move on to the next part. Now the groove on this is kind of funky. If I was to distill it down to just the rhythm, in other words take out the notes, it sounds like this. Okay, so you can feel that there's a little burst of 3 and then 4 slower notes right after that. Like that. So be careful not to let these hammer-ons and pull-offs really run away from you. They got to be fast, but they still have to have a rhythmic feel to them, you know? So what he's doing here is taking this basic idea and moving it through the entire scale pattern like this. Going to start off here on the 13th fret on the D string, and I'm going to do a quick hammer-on and pull-off with 14, 16 on the A, and then walk up all 3 notes on the D string, 13, 14, 16. That basic idea continues through the scale pattern. So next you're going to go to the G here on fret number 13, do a quick little hammer-on and pull-off with its note in front of it. 16 on the D, walk up all 3 notes on the G, so 13, 14, 16. So now we got this. Now we're going to move into the next part of the scale here, which is starting off on the 14 on the B string. Again, quick hammer-on pull-off, this time with 16. Then we're going to play the 16 on the G, then walk up all 3 notes on the B string here, so 14, 16, 17. Next, we're going to go to the high E, and it's kind of the same idea, man. We're going to play 14, hammer-on, pull-off with 16, play the 17 on the B, and then on the high E string, all 3 notes, 14, 16, 17. After that, pick the 17 again and give it a good old healthy whole step bend. So all together, we end up with this. And with the earlier part of the lick in front of it, it'll end up sounding like this. Oh yeah. So there you go, kids. Another dope lick to add to the good old wank bank and hopefully bring some fireworks explosions on your 4th of July weekend. Be sure to be careful out there. Don't go blowing your fingertips off with some M80s or something stupid. I need you guys to keep watching these licks, making videos, and shredding with Uncle Ben. Stay tuned next week for more good stuff. Be sure to drop me an email, benellerguitars@gmail.com, about booking some one-on-one Skype lessons where we can work on theory and scales and modes and barbecue and ribs and all that good stuff that you need in your life. Thanks again so much for watching, and thanks to Steve Vai for making Passion and Warfare probably my favorite album of all time. And thanks to America for being America.